All right, welcome everyone to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through this material. Today, we're doing something really cool. We are bridging two incredibly fascinating worlds. On one hand, you've got the globally booming world of modern secular mindfulness, and on the other, the deeply rooted traditional world of Thai Buddhist meditation. So, if you've ever wondered how that popular meditation app on your phone actually connects to ancient monks sitting quietly in forest temples, well, you're exactly in the right place. We're going to unpack the science, the philosophy, and the actual practice behind the whole shebang.
Here is our quick roadmap for the explainer today. We'll start with mindfulness in the modern world, do a direct West versus East comparison, decode Samatha and Vipassana, and finally, map out some real-world retreat locations right in Thailand. Okay, let's dive into this with a pretty massive question. Why is it that over in the West, mindfulness is, something you do in a corporate boardroom or a clinic or a trendy studio just to boost productivity and lower stress? But in Thailand, it's often viewed strictly as a profound, serious practice reserved for the temple. This cultural shift is literally incredible, and understanding it is the key that unlocks everything we're about to discuss today. So, part 1, mindfulness in the modern world. How exactly did an ancient Eastern spiritual path transform into a Western corporate staple? Well, it essentially started as a sort of psychological hack. Back in the late 1970s, figures in Western psychology, most notably Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, took traditional Buddhist practices and, quite systematically, stripped away the religious framework. They took out the Pali language chanting, the strict moral precepts, the rituals, all of it. What was left was packaged into secular programs like MBSR, or mindfulness-based stress reduction. And by doing that, they masterfully translated a tool originally designed to achieve nirvana into a highly accessible tool for managing, say, daily anxiety, chronic pain, and even your office productivity. But here is the truly fascinating part. Despite these massive philosophical and cultural differences, the biological reactions happening inside your brain right now, they are absolutely identical. Whether you're a Thai monk deep in a forest or a Wall Street banker using a smartphone app, the physiological mechanics act as this perfect bridge. Both practices successfully reduce the sensitivity of your amygdala, which, if you remember, is your brain's stress and fear center. Plus, both practices elevate your alpha and theta brainwaves. This shifts your entire nervous system into a state that is deeply calm, yet highly awakened. The biology simply doesn't care about your religion. It just responds to the focused attention. So if the biology and the brainwaves are essentially the same, what truly separates these two worlds of mental practice?
That brings us to part 2, West versus East.
Let's do a direct side-by-side comparison here, because the contrast in why people even sit down to meditate in the first place is stark. In secular Western mindfulness, the motivation is immediate and highly practical. You just want to relieve stress, get a handle on your emotions, and function better today. It's ethically neutral, nobody's asking you to take any moral vows. The ultimate outcome is simply a better, happier daily life. But switch gears to the traditional Thai Buddhist side, and the motivation is massive. We're talking about entirely escaping the cycle of suffering, or samsara. It requires a really strict ethical context, like keeping the 5 precepts, and the ultimate outcome isn't just taking the edge off your daily stress, it's nirvana, the permanent extinction of all craving and ignorance. I mean, it is a completely different endgame.
All right, part 3, Samatha and Vipassana. With that big picture in mind, let's zoom in to the micro level. We're going to explore Thailand's deeply rooted Theravada tradition and its dynamic duo of meditation. And we'll do it completely without getting bogged down in heavy religious jargon. So the crucial point is understanding how these two practices, Samatha and Vipassana, actually work together. And honestly, the absolute best way to grasp this is through the muddy water metaphor. Just imagine your mind is a glass of muddy water. Samatha is the act of keeping that glass perfectly still so all the dirt slowly settles to the bottom, leaving the water clear and calm. Vipassana, on the other hand, is the act of using that freshly cleared water to closely examine the dirt at the bottom, to truly understand what it's made of. You absolutely need the calm clarity of Samatha to achieve the deep insight of Vipassana.
Let's define Samatha just a bit more clearly. Samatha is all about finding tranquility. It's training your mind to rest peacefully on a single object to gather mental energy. Now, this object could be your breath, or it could be something visual, like a red clay circle called a kasina. You basically stare at the smooth red earth until the image is burned right into your mind's eye, which traditional texts call an ugahanamitta. The whole goal here is just to stop the mind from wandering wildly. As the highly revered Thai monk Luang Pu Promote humorously points out, we have to focus our mind so they don't run around restlessly like a mangy dog.
Right, so once your mind is no longer running around like that mangy dog, you finally have the energy to move to Vipassana. And this is an active, highly analytical meditation that is entirely unique to Buddhism. It is definitely not just about sitting quietly and feeling relaxed. Vipassana is the intense, continuous observation of your own physical and mental processes. The goal? To completely separate physical form from mental states and witness the universal laws of nature firsthand. Specifically, learning that everything is impermanent, everything is subject to suffering, and absolutely nothing is a permanent self.
When you look at the traditional texts that document this, you can immediately see the profound academic depth and the strict discipline behind Thai Buddhist teachings. I mean, these aren't just vague spiritual concepts floating around. The texts lay out an incredibly precise, systematic approach to deconstructing our reality. It's literally a rigorously documented science of the mind that has been preserved, tested, and refined over thousands of years.
And this brilliantly illustrates how all that deep theory turns into tangible physical practice. Let's walk through the steps for Vipassana walking meditation according to the 4 foundations of mindfulness. First, you stand completely still and mentally scan your body from head to toe 5 times, noting to yourself, you and no, or standing, standing. Then, you walk incredibly slowly, breaking down every single micro movement. As you lift your right foot, move it forward, and place it down, your mind precisely notes right step placing, or in Thai, Khwa Yang No. You are literally forcing your mind to stay exactly synced with your body in the present millisecond, cutting away the past and the future entirely. Which leads us to our final part, map of retreat locations. Let's bring all this esoteric theory completely down to earth by highlighting some practical locations where you can actually go to learn and practice this yourself. Thailand is home to an incredible infrastructure for mental development, and these renowned retreat centers are highly accessible starting points. For example, Wat Dhammamongkol in Bangkok houses the Willpower Institute, founded by the late Luang Por Viryang. They offer comprehensive meditation courses that are widely available and, amazingly, completely free of charge, a true gift of knowledge to the public. There's also Wat Amphawan in Singapore, which is famous for its rigorous Vipassana training, and Wat Suan Santidham, where you can study under Luang Pu Promote himself. To wrap things up today, I want to connect all of this directly back to you. Knowing what you know now about the identical biological bridges, yet the massive philosophical divides between secular Western mindfulness and traditional Thai Buddhist meditation, ask yourself something. When you sit down and close your eyes, do you just want to relieve a little stress from your workday, or do you want to entirely end suffering? There's absolutely no wrong answer, but your intention changes the entire journey. Thank you so much for joining me to explore these sources today. Keep learning, keep focusing, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.